Hey guys, I wanted to show you a way to make stamps without having to have the carving material or carving tools. In fact, nothing special. This is all that you need. Mod Podge. You could also use tacky glue or Elmer's glue probably would work, but I use the Mod Podge because that's what I had in front of me. Pair of scissors. Pencil, you want one with a slightly harder lead. Just don't use like the 6B that we use for transferring, though we will actually need that if we make a word stamp. You need a piece of cardboard. This is just ripped a flap off of a box, and a styrofoam plate. This is one left over from a party that I had with my kids the other day. So, first thing you're going to do, I'm going to use one that's already cut. You're going to cut a piece of the styrofoam as big as you want your stamp to be. You could make this as big as you want or as small as you want. I like to work with a little bit smaller because it's easier to manage. So we have that. In fact, I'm going to cut two while we're at it. You want to try to work with the pieces that are flat in the middle. When you start to get the curves, it is a little bit harder to stamp it. Okay. And then the next step is to cut a piece of the corrugated. You really, I guess like you could say that this step is optional, but I like it because it makes it a little sturdier. It's kind of like mounting your stamp. Okay. Now you're going to take your glue. I use a paintbrush. Just put a, not like a super thin, but not like so thick that it squishes out, so sort of like that. And you're going to glue your foam into place. And just let that dry for a couple of minutes and then we'll come back to it. Okay, these have had a chance to dry, so now we are going to make our design. And I'm going to do you're basically like using the pencil to push into the styrofoam. You probably have done this before as a kid. This is definitely a very popular kid project. Okay. Another thing you can do, this is the 6B pencil, nice soft lead. This is a stamp that I carved the other day. I'm gonna do so I'm just doing a word. I'm gonna figure out where I want it on here. You want to rub it pretty softly. You don't want to like make too much of an impression in the foam. You probably can't even see it, but I can see it. And I'm going to, actually I should use the I like to do it once to get it all in and then go back over it and make sure it doesn't have to be super deep, but deep enough that it goes down in. And I'm gonna draw a little heart. Actually, I want it to look like a stamp. Okay. So we have 2 stamps, now we're going to do a test print. This is just cheapo stamp pad. It is dye ink. I don't think it is really going to matter, dye or pigment. Pigment takes longer to dry. So, depending on, okay. Cool. I like it. So the opposite of what you press in is what is going to print. So what you press in is actually going to stay white. Another thing you can do, these are Copic Touch Markers by Shinhan Art. And I'm just coloring the stamp. I'm just kind of going quickly, giving it color all over. And now this is rubbing alcohol, just in a spray bottle. And I'm going to spray it. You're going to see that the ink is going to start to change. I'm going to flip it immediately to print it. If you wait too long, the alcohol will dry and it's not going to work. Cute. It's not a perfect impression, but I like it. Let's try this one with the black ink too. Oh, why did it turn out like that? That's better. I wanted to show you some of the other stamps that I have made. This one is here. This one is here and here. You already saw the snow one. This is the one I made a little bit ago. And that one. And then this was made by just cutting up a rectangle of the foam and gluing it to make these stripes. You could do any shape that you wanted to. Okay, so you have seen the method. These are all the stamps I made. Awesome. So have fun. I'd love to see what you make.